Hello, this is a tutorial on how you can create visuals for your music inside Ableton Live. And to do this, I'm using a suite of Max for Live devices called ZwoBot. And this video is a tutorial on a particular ZwoBot device. If you're new to ZwoBot, I'd recommend you go back and watch some of my earlier tutorials first, and I'll put a link to those in the top right corner of the screen now. And if you're interested in buying ZwoBot, there's a link in the description, so go ahead and click that. And you can get all of these Max for Live devices that you can see here. There's around 70 of them, various visual effects, visual generators, and so on. In this video, I'm going to be looking at the Peek device. There's not much to say about this. Basically, all it does is gives you a video preview, albeit an extremely small one, of individual effects in your effects chain. So let's take a look at an example of that. So I've already connected it to my ZwoBot player here, and I've got all these other effects devices here. So I'm just going to switch all of these on. I've got this RGB effect, rotor, and shutter. So you might have a bunch of effects in your signal chain like this, and there's a lot going on. So if you wanted to get a little preview of what the video looked like with just one of those effects, and you didn't want to go through and turn all of these off, because you can have up to 18 different devices connected to this. So say you've got 18 all connected, all switched on, and you just want to see what the video looks like with just one of those effects, just to preview it, and you don't want to have to click through and turn 17 of them off. You can use this Peek device, and what that does is gives you a preview of the video, and based on where it is in your signal chain will determine how the video appears. So currently I've got it at the bottom of my signal chain underneath these three devices. So what I'm seeing here is a clean version of the video. And this video, by the way, is something I've just loaded into my Video A deck. So I can see what that looks like there. But if I wanted to see what it looked like with the shutter effect, and only the shutter effect, because here I'm getting all three of these effects, what I can do, I can bump it up and put it on top of the shutter effect, and now in this preview window you can see what it looks like with just the shutter effect. So you can see it doesn't have this RGB and this rotor effect on it, it's just got the shutter effect. And if I wanted to see what it looked like with shutter and RGB, I could put it above both of those, and now I can see what it looks like with the shutter effect and the RGB effect. And if I wanted to preview everything, I can move everything underneath it, and now it's going to be the same as this because it's all three of these. The only thing I will say is that this preview window is so small that it's not that helpful. To be honest, I would probably never use this, because the other issue is if you've got 17 of these slots filled up, you're going to have to move everything around to make space for it in order to see certain things. So I personally would probably never use this. There is a blend mode on it, but I can't really figure out exactly how that works. You can see it is changing something, but I don't know what you would use this blend mode for compared to using the blend mode on the actual effects devices. And the transparency effect doesn't seem to do anything from what I can gather. So I mean, that's what the Peek device does. Like I say, I personally wouldn't bother to use it, but that's what it is, just for your information.